Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmick here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm giving you a full comprehensive tank walkthrough of Heroic N'Zoth. I'm going to play the fight, I'm going to commentate over the top of it, just in case you were still unsure of what your kind of job was as the tank in this fight and how to go about it, if your guild's up to it now and you're just feeling a bit uneasy. So we're going to engage N'Zoth. Sycus is going to spawn below us. One tank's going to pick it up and we're going to start dragging it immediately over to the edge to this first synapses over here to the right. Now it's really important that Sycus is within 8 yards of each synapses as it dies to make sure the synaptic shock debuff gets on him. Each time the debuff goes on him, he gains a 50% increased damage debuff that lasts for 20 seconds, which you don't want to fall off him, and you want to get around 5 to 7 stacks. You can also see he casts a thing called Mind Rack. This needs to be interrupted. If it doesn't get interrupted and it goes through, you take 33% increased physical damage for 14 seconds as the current tank who it hits. So you can taunt swap if you need to, but the easier thing to do is just make sure that it doesn't go through. Now I just want to talk about the pathing that we're taking at the moment, because this is probably the most important part as the tank. So when you drop down here, you can see that Flaps is going to pick him up and we're going to this synapses first, and you can always do the same pattern. So we're going over to this one first, we're going to kill him within 8 yards, then we're going to this one over here. We're going to kill him within 8 yards, and then we're going to start peeling over to this one over here. So what we've done is we're starting to make this candy cane kind of shape where we're going back to our bodies. So we're going to come down to this one over here next, we're starting to make this arc, and then we're going to kill him within 8 yards here, and then we're going to move over to this one. Now you can see Creeping Anguish here is going to drop in 5 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the boss up at this synapses here. He's going to get the debuff. I'm waiting for Creeping Anguish to drop. He moves while this is casting as well, so keep him in place. Once it drops, I'm going to drag him all the way over to here. Now here are our bodies over here up in the top right of the screen. When we kill him, we need to move and click on these. So you want to have him in a decent position where there's not a lot of travel time, but you certainly want to make sure that no Creeping Anguish is going to cover your bodies and fuck you getting back out here. So once he's dead, we collect our bodies, we get a free 30 seconds to DPS N'Zoth while his little immunity shield's down, and we're just going to make sure that we push him past 90%. 90% is your goal here. If you're getting him further below 90%, or sub 90%, sorry, then that's fantastic. You've got decent DPS in your group, and that's what you want. So his shell's about to come up in 4 seconds. When the shell comes back up, we're going to use our extra action button, and we're going to hit our Heart of Azeroth here, and we're going to regain our sanity. Now, it's really important while this is channeling that you don't move. If you move while the channel's going, you are going to cancel your channel and you're not going to get full sanity, so just be aware of that. Now the next big thing here is Mind Grasp. That's probably going to confuse people. So you can see N'Zoth's going to cast Mind Grasp in 6 seconds here, right? What's going to happen is tendrils are going to come out. Now they're either going to go towards N'Zoth or away from N'Zoth. Now you can see these, they're going towards him. So we need to get to the outside of the room so we get sucked in, and we don't want to be here and get pulled straight into us, which will fuck us. We're killing these little neurons around so we don't get dragged through the black shit. We're then getting dragged back in towards N'Zoth, and that's the way you're going to deal with Mind Grasp. It can go forwards, it can go backwards. Next up out of that, you're going to be splitting off into your groups. So each group will have a tank in it, and there's going to be 2 giant tentacles that are spawned called Bachelor Tentacles. You need to pick these up as the tank, make sure you're in range of them so they're not slapping anyone else. The Bachelor Tentacle's going to cast a thing called Void Lash. Now Void Lash deals a shitload of magic damage, so AMS is fantastic here. They deal a large mixture of shadow damage and physical damage. They also, I'll show you as well, if you can see here, if you can see here this little 3 and up top here, each time it melees you, it will get a stacking buff of how hard it hits you. So the longer it's alive, the more damage it's going to continually do to you. It won't gain stacks of it during Void Lash though, which is at least a bonus. But again, it is a lot of damage coming out through Void Lash, but it's really important to kill them quickly. With the other tentacles, we're just going to make sure that we help out on the interrupting the corrupted minds. Don't stand in the red blood pools here, and that is pretty much it. So what we're waiting for now is the Mind Gate to come up. Now group 1 in this case are going to go down into the Mind Gate. We're group 2 and we're staying up top for the first round. Now as the top side tank, you don't actually have a lot to do. You're just going to continue tanking Bachelor Tentacles in the exact same format that we just did to get to this phase. It's really all about the Mind Realm phase where you are going to cuck your entire raid as the tank. So picking up the Bachelor Tentacle here on the top side, I'm helping out with interrupts. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's not a whole lot going on here. Again, Void Lash, you can see how much damage it deals. Take it quite seriously. As I said, if you've got a magic immunity, make sure you're using it there. Or AMS is just pog on the DKs here. It's not up for everyone. Paranoia is something that N'Zoth casts, so you can see here Paranoia going out. So here's Paranoia up the top. So it goes around I think it's every 50 seconds. But you can see these little beams that come out. So what you need to make sure you're doing is you're paying attention to when Paranoia is going to go off. And you can see these pink links that come out. What you need to do is you need to be within 5 yards of one another to avoid losing sanity. And then you need to stay within 5 yards of each other until it drops off. You can see people have got circles around them. Don't go standing in other people's circles. That's bad and will do bad things. If you're the tank and you're tanking a Bachelor Tentacle at the time, make sure that the person who's linked comes to you. Don't leave the Bachelor Tentacle. Second set of tentacles is popping up now. And what's going to happen in this one is the second group is going to kill Psychus. The group down in Mindgate at the moment, or the Mind Realm, is going to kill Psychus by the time we finish up with this Bachelor Tentacle pretty much. You want to make sure you're killing these as quick as possible. When the group kills Psychus, N'Zoth gets stunned, all the tentacles out here get stunned, the immunity shield gets dropped, and you can DPS N'Zoth. So if these have still got a heap of health on them when that happens, you're losing uptime on N'Zoth, which you don't want. So you can see here the stun's gone out, the shell's down, these tentacles aren't doing anything, and we just want to finish them up and get them down as quick as possible. Have your range dot them up. Get your melee back onto N'Zoth, and we're just going to get him below 80% is our aim here, which again, we're going to easily do. So his shell's about to come up again in 5 seconds. We're going to get another rinse repeat now of the Mind Grasp, sorry. So we're going to use our Heart of Azeroth if you need to regain your sanity. Mind Grasp is incoming. We're killing some of these neurons. Looking which way we're being sucked. We're being sucked to the outside this time. So we're stacking in close to the boss to get pulled to the outside, giving ourselves plenty of room, not going through any neurons there. Mind Grasp about to go off and we're being pulled out. Then we're going to have another 2 Bachelor Tentacles spawn, just the exact same way as before. So again, 1 group to each Bachelor Tentacle. This time when our tentacle dies, we're going to be the group that goes into the Mind Realm. Now in Heroic, you have to have 2 groups because the same people can't go into the Mind Realm. In Normal, the same group can do the Mind Realm every time. In Heroic, both tanks have to do it. So, and it's probably easily the most important phase, as I said, in regards to where you can completely screw the pooch for your raid. So again, just trying to get these tentacles down as quick as we can. You can see the stacking debuff there, it was up to 10. You really do want to kill them ASAP. Help out on these interrupts on the Corrupted Minds. And we're going to wait, we're going to kill that, and then the Mind Gate pops. So here comes the number 2 Mind Gate. So we're running over to this big blue circle here. It's very obvious, and we're getting sucked down. Psychus spawns on the other side of the boss. Psychus is spawning over here. So we are going to run all the way over here. And this is going to be the first synapsis that we're going to take him to every single time. And we're going to do another candy cane style pattern here. So we're interrupting the Mind Rex, which we have to do again. Making sure he's dying within 8 yards of the synapsis. Creeping Anguish is coming, so I'm not moving him. I'm waiting for it, and I'm moving up to this next one here. From here, I'm going to move back up towards the edge sort of thing. Just going to go over to this one. And I'm going to start making my kind of candy cane style pattern. So he's got 2 stacks on him at the moment. We're making sure we're interrupting. I'm going to go to this next one here. Making sure I interrupt again. He's going to get 4 stacks, and then we're going to drop a Wind Rush totem, because Creeping Anguish is incoming, so I'm leaving him here at the moment. I'm waiting. We're going to burn over to this one. We're going to kill this one before Creeping Anguish spreads over to us. He's going to get 5 stacks. Again, making sure we're interrupting. Kill these down. We're going to move over. I think we take him to 6 stacks here, and then we're just going to burn him down. Now, realistically, we're still a fair bit of distance away from our body, so I could have just kept moving him at this stage over and over and over to our body. There wasn't any real issue. I'm waiting for Creeping Anguish again, and I'm moving over, but our bodies are all the way over here, so I probably could have been like about here by now. Realistically, because we didn't need a 7th stack, so I could have been sort of all the way over here when he dies, so it would have been much quicker to click on our bodies. but it's not a huge deal. So we're clicking on our bodies and we're returning back out into the normal realm. The other guys are finishing up their tentacles, and we're all just going to meet back and move together. Now we're going to push N'Zoth to 70% here. And then we're going to go into the final phase, which is fighting N'Zoth himself. N'Zoth does not need to be tanked either. It's worth mentioning you're just trying to pump as much DPS as you possibly can into him. So we've gone sub 70% here. So we've pushed him after we've gone through our 2 cycles. And now we're fighting N'Zoth. So in stage 3, we're popping hero, pots, and we're just going absolutely big dick on N'Zoth. Now N'Zoth is going to do 2 important things for tanks. One is evoke... let me pause this for a second. Evoke Anguish here. You all need to be stacked up. When Evoke Anguish goes off, you'll get another, you'll all get a debuff on you. When the debuff runs out, you'll drop black puddles on the ground that you don't want to stand in. The other thing for tanks is these Thought Harvesters. Now, this is the ad that's spawning as well. So we're all staying stacked up at the moment. Evoke Anguish is going out. So now we've all got the debuff up here and the ad is spawned. One tank's going to pick up the Harvester. We're waiting for the Evoke Anguish to go off. We're going to drop our puddles and we're all moving to the right now. You can see over here, this is the Evoke Anguish puddles that we've just dropped. Now the Thought Harvester that we've picked up is going to do this Harvest Thought ability, which is this giant blue circle. Now you want to have a minimum of 5 people standing in this. What we did though was we just had our whole raid stacking in it just to share it. So you can see here we're all standing off to the side. We're still stacked. Harvest Thoughts goes out and we all lose sanity, but it's fine. It's not an issue. You can see the mind racks as well. You can't actually interrupt mind rack in this phase. It goes off. It can serve as your taunt swap mechanic. Each time mind rack goes off, you can just taunt swap off each other. However, our harvester was dying so quick, we just took 1 harvester each and we just didn't bother about it. So again, that's how you're going to deal with that. Next up, he is going to do his Stupefying Glare, which is 4 eye beams that come out. Again, just make sure that you're not getting hit by them. Run around the black puddles on the ground, move around, that's pretty much it. Second ad's going to pop, exact same principle goes. Make sure you pick it up as the tank. DPS are going to be killing it. Evoke Anguish is going to be going out, so we're stacking up again. We're waiting for the cast to drop off, and then we're going to move to the left here while we're killing the ad. So you can see the ad's dead, Evoke Anguish is going off, and we're all moving to the left. We've dropped our puddles over there. Now, our strat here was to only kill 2 of the ads. So now Mind Grasp is coming off, so you can see we're being pulled to the outside, so we're stacking inside. Mind Grasp's about to rip us to the outside. Here it comes now. We're going to get a 3rd harvester spawning now. And we were not, our original thing we were going to do, I don't even think we executed it very well, was we were not going to soak this. We were not going to bother soaking this. And then we kind of got half the people in and half the people out. Our idea was that we were, and we also fucked up Evoke Anguish there. You can see our puddles are absolutely everywhere, but there's a lot of room. Eyes coming up again. We're just going to move. Our idea here was that we were pretty much going to ignore this 3rd harvester and just burn N'Zoth, because when you go insane, you get a buff. I think it's called Gift of N'Zoth. You get it for about a minute. And you get a huge damage boost while you've got it. And basically our plan was to just burn the living shit out of N'Zoth. There it is there. I think, I don't know how long it is, maybe 30 seconds Gift of N'Zoth or whatever it is. But we just wanted to absolutely burn N'Zoth before we all went insane. So you can see I'm taking a buttload of damage here and I'm dead. You only need to get him to 3% to win, and we win. And I don't even know how we ended up with 3 harvesters up, but we did. But that is pretty much it, guys. And it's going to get easier and easier and easier and easier, obviously, with the more gear we get in regards to how fast you're going to be able to cheese that final stage. But that is it. Overall, once you get your head around it, it's not an overly complex fight. The hardest thing for the tanks, without a doubt, is the Mind Realm phase in regards to taking Psychus around and making sure you're doing your proper style candy cane sort of route on the Synapses, dropping Creeping Anguish in the right spot, and then getting back to your bodies without having them covered in shit. And that's probably the largest tank responsibility that you are going to have in here. So that is it. Overall, I thought it was a pretty cool fight. It was very standard old god fight in regards to something in the middle of the room, run around it, weaken it, kill it, do something else, weaken it, kill it, which was a little bit disappointing in some regard because I don't know what I expected, but I think I expected something different and something a little bit more epic. But I didn't think it was bad otherwise, and I kind of like the tank responsibility around having to do the Mind Realm phase as well, or you completely cooked your group. So any questions, hit me up in the comments below, guys. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for checking out the video, and all the best in killing him. See you, fam.